The moves that, as they are named in Sifu's booklet, is parry and punch move number 29. Step up apparent close up, move number 30. Carry tiger to mountain, 31. Chop opponent with fists, 32. Today will be lesson 16 in the instructional videos of Master Kuo Lien Ying's original Wan Ping Taiji form. And we'll learn 2 more moves today. At this point, you're probably about halfway through the form because we only have, I think, 3 more moves to learn, and then you'll get into the second repeat section. And once you get through the second repeat section, we're coming into fan through arm, and then fist through sky cannon, and those moves at the end. You'll be in the ending section. So actually, after you do the second repeat section, you'll be about 3/4 of the way through the form. And many of the moves in the last section will be a repeat of moves that you already know. So you've gone pretty far through the form. You get a pretty good feeling by now about what the form feels like. The section that we're working on, I kind of came up with a good name for it. I call it the diagonal section. And the reason why being that most of the moves are performed in a diagonal direction on the X section. And that'd be a good way to help you kind of discern what part of the form you're in. Master Gold didn't actually call these different sections anything. In fact, he didn't divide it up into sections, but I found through many years of teaching that it was easier for students to kind of remember where they are in the form by kind of dividing it up into these separate sections. And again, you can practice those sections separately, and so you don't have to do the form from beginning to where you are every time, just kind of working on the moves that you need to. So again, we'll take this next lesson by doing a review of where we, how we got to this point. So from wind blowing lotus leaf, finger block up with low punch, turn around, jumping scissors kick, step into parry and punch, step back, deflect, kick with left foot, turn around, and kick with soul. Step into parry and punch. And so this is where we left off. From parry and punch, you're going to pull back. This move is called step up apparent close up. And you remember it from the beginning after brush knee twist step. We'll go back and review that. And from here, you're just going to, like, as you pull back and deflect, like somebody's pushing you and you're deflecting their arms, you have to turn your right foot back facing pretty much forward. So from here, the right foot is in a horse, and then pivot on the heel as you come back. And from here, instead of stepping through like you did in the first step up apparent close up, you're just going to sit back down in the horse where you are and do the press. Again, parry and punch, pivot the foot, rock back, and then sit back down on a horse and push. If you remember in the beginning, when we did parry and punch, after brush knee twist step, step up apparent close up was pull back, just like the very first part of what I just taught, but instead you pivot the foot and step through a whole step for the push. So in this move here, you come back, and you're going to just sit down in the same position. So in that last video, we talked about how sometimes the move is done in a variation. So this is the variation. In the beginning, step up apparent close up with a full step through. And here, from parry and punch, it's just coming back down like that. So one more time. So after the kick was so into parry and punch, then pull back, and then press forward, two hands. Again, one of the tips is that a lot of times when you're trying to turn from the horse, the ma, so with the waist, it's going to be hard to have both hands fully extended. You can relax this left hand so that the two hands are an even plane by relaxing this hand a little more than the right hand, like that. From here, you're going to make a T with the arms. The left palm goes right over the right wrist. The right wrist makes a right hand makes a fist, and the right forearm is facing up, and the left hand comes over, forming a T. Here's a close-up of the hand position, arm position in forming the T. So Imperium punch, and then turning this so the palm is facing up and covering with the right left hand, palm facing down. Right is palm facing up, left palm facing down. This arm here is, you can see, in line. It's not out like this, but this is forming horizontal. So it's not like this. This hand is in line like that. So again, from parry and punch, then form the T. So in parry and punch, your elbow is out here. So all you're doing is turning that palm down. And then here, from parry and punch, you're turning the right palm up, form that T. So the T looks kind of like that. It'd be like in this area of the forearm here. From step up, turn close up, and push, and then forming a T. Right after you form the T, you're going to step and make a T with your feet, and then pivot on the toe, right toe, so that both feet are now parallel, because you're going to go in this next diagonal section. So again, from the parry and punch, pull back, and then sit down in the horse, form a T with your arms. You notice that this arm is relaxed like this, and then this is a cross. The arms are about solar plex level, like this. And then when you form that T, you're going to step like this, like that. So I was showing you it like a little bit off in the direction, just so you could have a better view of the arms and the direction. So for again, from parry and punch, pull back, step up apparent close up, sit down, form a T with the arms, step together, form a T with the footwork, pivot off the toe, and now you're facing in that diagonal direction with your right shoulder. So you're going to step up here, like pressing forward. And then here you're going to step back into the falling stance. And I'll show in this direction when I have a chance. And then from here, you're going to turn the hand over so the fist palm is facing down with the fist. And then pull down all the way into the falling stance. And then you're going to come up and press. And when you press, the right hand will open up like that. This is Ji in Fung Jian. If you want to learn more about this move, I suggest you go to the video that he did on 4 moves, Fung Jian, an exercise that Sifu taught to teach the 4 principles of Fung Jian. I don't want to cover too much in here because I want to just cover the basic move, but that movement right there where you come down and forward is pretty much the concept of Ji. Press like here. Let's go back and review again. So I'm going to do it in the direction that it should be in the form, and I'll face the camera so you get a better view. So from parry and punch, pivot the right foot, pull back, elbows are relaxed, sit down on a horse, and press. Form a T, right arm is relaxed about shoulder plex level, and this elbow is fairly flat, not down like this, but out like this. And then step together, form a T, pivot off the toe, so now your both feet are even. You're going to be stepping in the diagonal direction this way, step out as you press forward. This is a chop opponent with this. Step back into falling stance and turn the hand, like locking somebody's wrist here. As you go down in a falling stance, you're pulling somebody down, and then they resist, and then you're pressing forward with G. So this time I'm going to do it 180 degrees from the direction that I normally should do it. Again, from here, parry and punch, I'll be facing on this diagonal here when I do all the actions, and the diagonal will be opposite. But I'm going to do 180 degrees facing, instead of facing this way so that you can see the action again. So from parry and punch here, pull back, sit on a horse, because I think that this action with the wrists and the hands, I form a T with the arms. This one, the elbow is low, and this one, the elbow is high. So they're on a flat plane. So when I form and step together, now I come up more erect, like this. See, my feet are forming a T, if you look. And then I straighten this foot. So now the diagonal will be in this direction here. As I step forward, I press and raise the arms, pressing forward, pushing forward. Again, I'm locking somebody's grab. And as I step back down, I'm turning this wrist over, facing the palm down as I pull down and step into the deep falling stance. You're pulling somebody down as he's grabbed my wrist. I step forward and pressing with G. And at this point, the palm is open, the fingers are open, relaxed, and I'm pressing this way. So again, I think you can get a better view from that direction that I was doing it in. From the parry and punch, pivot the foot, come back, Sit down, press. Form a T with your arms. Left elbow is high, even with the level of the arms. Form a T with your feet. Come back up erect and straighten the foot. Now both feet are parallel, and then the right shoulder will be on the diagonal. Step out on the diagonal here, press forward, and then turn the wrists and lock as you step back into the falling stance. And as you press forward, come back and press with G. This is the move, chop opponent with fist. The moves that, as they are named in Sifu's booklet, is parry and punch, move number 29. Step up, apparent close up, move number 30. Carry tiger to mountain, 31. Chop opponent with fist, 32. On a quick note, I apologize for the long delays between lessons. Up here in the ranch, I've been really busy the last few weeks. It's fire season, and I've been really busy having to cut the field. Every year I have to cut this 1.5 acre field with a weed eater. So I've been pretty busy doing that, and haven't had really much time to put into the lessons, and I had to clean out my water tank the last few days. Doing ranch chores takes a lot of time. But now I'm getting more caught up. I hope to do more lessons, maybe 1 or 2 lessons a week at least. So, okay, I hope you're enjoying these videos, and thank you very much for watching.